mentioned my dad's Alzheimer's. He said it's a breach of trust. I don't understand how they found out.
Hey, Heartland fans, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the latest episodes of Heartland. Today, we're breaking down Season 18, Episode 6, and trust me, this one was packed with moments that left us feeling all the emotions. We'll be covering everything from the big revelations to the heartfelt scenes and all the hidden details you might have missed. So if you're ready to relive every twist and turn, make sure to stick around and don't forget to subscribe for more Heartland content. Nathan promised to cook for Amy on their dinner date, which was a significant conflict built at the start of the episode. When Lou informed Amy that they had to take an urgent weekend trip to Vancouver, Amy's excitement for their date took a turn for the worse. Lou intended to provide Crown Shoppers, a significant grocery chain, with Heartland Beef's new bison business. But in a video chat, Jed, the CEO, informed Lou that he no longer makes business presentations himself and that he only needed Amy's assistance with his grandson's dressage horse. But Lou, being the great businesswoman that she is, was able to persuade him to let her offer him Heartland Beef in exchange for Amy's cooperation with the horse. Lou had to convince Amy to travel to Vancouver. Naturally, Amy was apprehensive, particularly because she didn't want to cancel her date with Nathan. Amy grudgingly consented, however, when Lou told her about Heartland Beef's financial situation following their investment in the bison herd and warned her that Heartland would not survive the year if they didn't acquire this deal. In the hopes that Lisa's charm and financial acumen would help Lou close the sale, Lou even persuaded her to join the trip. However, everything didn't go as planned once they got at Jed's estate. Amy discovered that Lou hadn't told her the whole reason they were in Vancouver. Not only was Amy going to assist with a dressage horse and Lou was going to get a new business deal, but Lou was also pitching Crown Shoppers of all businesses on a partnership with Heartland Beef. Amy was quite irritated because she didn't want Lou to try to take business from Nathan because Crown Shoppers had an exclusive contract with Price Beef, Nathan's family business. After Amy had met Jed's grandson and his horse and Lou and Lisa had had time to approach Jed, who was unable to make any promises because the market was currently risk-averse, they returned to Peter's Vancouver apartment, where Amy finally let Lou know how angry she was. Amy accused Lou of hurting someone she cared about and attempting to undermine Nathan. Lou defended herself by saying that her only goal was to keep Heartland safe. Lisa was caught in the midst of everything. Lisa made an effort to act as a mediator and soothe Amy and Lou, but when Amy began comparing Nathan to Peter, when Lou and Peter first started dating, and Lou took offense at Amy calling him the enemy, Lisa decided to leave the two of them alone. Throughout the entire evening, the tension persisted. However, after Lisa successfully convinced Amy and Lou to join her for some delectable Thai food, she felt compelled to take action and chose to share a personal story about her estranged sister, Tammy, with them. Lisa recalled how close she was to her sister when they were younger. But once Lisa confronted Tammy about the man she was seeing at the time, who appeared to be vying for Lisa's family's money, they stopped communicating, creating a chasm between the two sisters that never went away. Because it caused them to reevaluate their anger and genuinely open up to one another, Lisa's story truly resonated with Amy and Lou. Amy revealed that Nathan was experiencing difficulties as a result of his father's Alzheimer's disease. Lou, on the other hand, expressed regret for assuming anything about Nathan and admitted to Amy that, as the older sister, she felt protective of Amy, particularly in light of Ty's death. Amy concluded the discussion by telling Lou and Lisa that she would truly value Lou's support during this time and that she is scared to fall in love again. Finally enjoying their girls' night to the fullest, they danced about to seal their reunion. A major victory for Heartland Beef came when Jed finally consented to transport Heartland's bison with Price Beef and Crown Shoppers. However, just when things were starting to improve, Lou made a critical error. Despite Amy's explicit instructions to keep Nathan Sr.'s Alzheimer's a secret from everyone, she unintentionally notified Jed about Nathan's father's illness. To her credit, Lou felt terrible about her mistake. However, Lou resisted Lisa's advice to tell Amy immediately because she was aware of the serious consequences. And it was. When they returned to the ranch at the end of the episode and Amy headed to Nathan's place for their date, she discovered Nathan in a panic. Crown Shoppers, Price Beef's largest client, was dropping them, which left him harried and anxious. Nathan clarified that Jed had somehow learned of his father's Alzheimer's and that they were ending their exclusive agreement with Price Beef because Jed felt it was a betrayal of trust that Nathan had failed to inform him that his father was no longer in charge of running the ranch. Nathan could lose the ranch entirely and his entire business if he lost Crown Shoppers. Amy was obviously stunned to learn of all of this and to see Nathan in such distress. It seems to me that Amy believes Lou may have been involved in Jed learning about the Alzheimer's. However, she didn't speak to Nathan in this episode. Now, given their breakdown in Vancouver, I wonder whether Amy will confront Lou about it and how that will affect their already shaky relationship. And how will Nathan respond when he learns that Amy unintentionally caused Crown shoppers to fire price beef? It's undoubtedly a difficult scenario. Hopefully, however, it won't wind up ruining Amy's connection with Nathan and Lou. Amy continued to assist yet another customer horse despite her resentment of Lou and her dubious business practices. As previously stated, Amy and Lou had traveled to Vancouver in order to train with Jed's grandson Reggie's dressage horse. Even though the stakes were high, if the horse's problems couldn't be fixed, Jed was prepared to part with it because he was afraid the horse would throw his grandson, which frightened Reggie. That just encouraged Amy to figure out a solution. Reggie told Amy how much the horse, Sushi, meant to him when they first met. Prior to living with his grandfather, Reggie had been getting into trouble, but working with Sushi had given him direction and allowed him to discover his strengths. Reggie was concerned that he may lose the horse that had become his anchor, but Sushi had recently started to tremble a lot and become easily frightened. After observing Sushi, Amy questioned Reggie about any recent traumatic events involving the horse. And after being startled by a barking dog, Sushi once reared and struck his head on a trailer's roof according to an incident Reggie described. Amy became suspicious that Sushi's actions could be related to a medical condition as a result of this information. Amy discovered the issue the following day after making some more observations. Sushi had gone deaf. Amy stressed to Reggie and Jed that Sushi's dread and anxiety were caused by his hearing loss, which left the horse feeling exposed and tense. However, Amy assured them that despite being a dressage horse, Sushi could still lead a happy and prosperous life. By remaining composed, self-assured, and unambiguous with his commands, Reggie was able to become Sushi's ears. Reggie tried to be a solid, comforting presence for Sushi after taking Amy's words to heart. And toward the end of the episode, Reggie and Sushi gave a stunning performance, demonstrating that even the most difficult challenges could be conquered with understanding and patience. Amy's work also greatly impressed Jed, and in a happy ending for all parties, we witnessed Reggie's relationship with Sushi become closer than before. The extra stress of working with a horse owned by one of Heartland Beef's prospective clients was an intriguing twist to the typical client horse plot, even though Sushi wasn't Amy's most challenging client horse. Seeing Reggie actually thrilled about Amy working with Sushi was also quite pleasant. Jack had his own problems while Amy, Lou, and Lisa were in Vancouver. After working with their new herd of bison, Jack hurt himself at the beginning of the episode while shutting the gate to the bison corral. He had to call Lou for assistance over the walkie-talkies. When it was discovered that Jack had injured his back, he declined to visit a doctor, as is typical of Jack. Concerned for her husband's health, Lisa recommended that he at least visit Michelle, her massage therapist. At first, Jack refused because he was irritated by everyone's attention to him. However, he eventually gave in and scheduled a meeting with this Michelle when the girls were away. Furthermore, Jack was shocked to learn that Michelle was a big, strong man rather than the small, female therapist he had anticipated. The humorous scene brought much-needed lightness to an otherwise emotionally taxing show. Jack's injuries was heartbreaking, but it served as a helpful reminder that we are all mortal, and that overworking ourselves can occasionally result in harm. In Heartland Season 18, Episode 6, Jack helped Logan in spite of his injury. Logan reconsidered his claim that second place wasn't good enough after a picture of him joyfully standing on his horse from the previous episode's cult-beginning competition appeared in the local newspaper. However, Miley, Logan's girlfriend, was beginning to question the depth of their connection while Logan was thrilled to see his photo in the press and was making all these plans to gain publicity and establish his reputation by cold-starting clinics. Despite the fact that she already admires and is proud of Logan, she looked put off by his need to impress her. Therefore, it appeared that the two had two rather distinct conversations in mind when they decided they needed to talk. Feeling proud of his recent achievements, Logan made the decision to advance their relationship. While he was helping Jack fix a fence, he even asked Jack for guidance on how to pop the question to Miley. They were able to come up with some kind of strategy for Logan's proposal, even if it was amusing to watch Jack tell Logan that he didn't really have any excellent proposal ideas because he had proposed to Lisa on the couch. Given that Miley enjoys camping, Logan used Jack's camping gear to organize a lavish camping trip to a secluded location that Jack and Lisa had discovered with the goal of popping the question there. But Logan's romantic proposal didn't work out the way he had hoped. First, when they got to the camping location, it was raining since Logan had neglected to check the weather. Miley later acknowledged that she believed they were about to split up when Logan finally proposed to her. The proposal swiftly devolved into a real split after Miley revealed to Logan that although she loved him, she also felt that he was constantly trying to be someone he wasn't, and that she believed he needed time to discover who he was. Logan was understandably shocked by Miley's confession. Later, when Jack arrived at the location to provide the couple with extra weather protection for their tent, he saw Logan devastated. Thus, Logan told Jack that he never truly thought he was good enough for Miley. In exchange, Jack related with Logan his experiences of being frightened by his first wife, Lindy, and offered some insight into how people are drawn to people who possess qualities that we desire, but that we can only provide for ourselves. Logan appeared to be deeply affected by the exchange. Will Logan and Miley reunite as a result of that, though? It's difficult to say because, in my opinion, Logan must first embark on his own path of self-discovery before he can be in a supportive, healthy relationship with anyone. Last but not least is the story of Katie, who was juggling her own problems. For her creative writing class, Katie was having a lot of trouble coming up with a tale about a memorable coming-of-age moment. She tried making one but ended up injuring someone because she was so bewildered and upset. We noticed Katie and Parker conversing early in the show. Katie proposed holding the event at Heartland since Parker's astronomy club had apparently lost their sight to see the Perseid meteor shower. However, after Parker shared with Katie how she had kissed for the first time at another astronomy club event, Katie thought of a romantic experience she might write about for her class, inviting Brandon to see the meteor shower. What could be more romantic than stargazing after all? Since Jack was hurt, Peter, who had come home to help with Katie and Lindy, while Lou, Lisa, and Amy were gone, volunteered to oversee the event, and Katie's plan got underway. She found a secret location for them to stargaze when Brandon eventually showed up, almost getting caught by Peter in the process. However, Katie became frightened and fled when Brandon leaned in to kiss her as the situation became romantic. Peter discovered Katie frantically attempting to phone Lou the following morning, but when her mother didn't answer, Katie chose to confide in her father about her mixed emotions. In order to write about the date, Katie told Peter that she had simply asked Brandon out. As the wonderful father that he is, Peter reassured Katie that she owed no one anything and that she was free to change her mind. However, he also suggested that she tell Brandon the truth and avoid using others for the sake of a story in the future. Katie tried to apologize to Brandon at the dirt bike track after taking her father's advice to heart. However, when Katie yelled his name, he continued, which made Katie even more sorry. At least she was able to compose the story after this entire event helped her overcome writer's block. However, since their friendship seemed to be so important to Katie, I do hope she will have the opportunity to apologize to Brandon and explain the issue. Additionally, I always enjoy the episodes in which Peter returns home.